The monster was created from inbreeding between human beings and pigs. These monsters are at the top of the food chain, farming and eating well-fattened humans like livestock. During the Third World War, the world's leaders will use these monsters as super soldiers for their armies. The film opens in a ruined city that cannot be inhabited by ordinary humans. Somewhere in the city, a bounty hunter named Rob Justice looks tense as he points his gun at a monster that looks like a human-pig hybrid. On the other hand, his assistant Nina urges him to shoot the monster. Rob ends up shooting the monster to death and orders Nina to cut his ears. A few months later, another monster named Taraz arrives with his weapons. Taraz threatens to kill them both because Rob just killed his target. Nina attempts to throw a knife at Taraz, but she misses. Seeing this, Taraz quickly shoots them while flying through the air. Rob and Nina are overwhelmed when Taraz gets help from a dwarf hiding in his big bag. Soon, Taraz's assistant drops a bomb. While dodging the explosion, Rob starts to explain how it all started. During the days of the Third World War, 70% of humans died. A younger Rob lives with his stepfather, known as Gravedigger, and his sister, Raksha. At that moment, Gravedigger is frustrated to see so many people die and disappear. This makes him distrust God. Raksha is a great and has never lost a fight with Rob. While practicing, Gravedigger invites Rob and Raksha to get some candy. Once there, he orders Rob and Raksha to wait in the car. Gravedigger finds out that the shop is in disarray and sees many corpses lying on the floor, as if something attacked the shop. Suddenly, the monster attacks him, but Gravedigger manages to dodge the attack. It turns out that they call it muzzles. Rob also states that it was his first time seeing the muzzle. While Rob and Raksha are watching the fight, the militarists suddenly come in. However, they come to execute Gravedigger instead of helping him. The militarists also burn his body and destroy all available evidence. Luckily, Rob and Raksha manage to escape after hiding under the car. Rob claims that no one knows who created the first muzzle, the hybrid between human and pig. At that time, Americans blamed Russians and Russians blamed Americans. Despite the accusations, the muzzles were created by someone who has finished one of Hitler's ruthless projects. This project was carried out to create super soldier by inbreeding human beings with pigs. At one point, the project went wrong as the muzzles got out of control and enslaved humans. They started farming and ate well-fattened humans like livestock. Consequently, the remains of Russian and American armies collaborated in a desperate attempt to fix the situation. They have deployed a biological weapon which was supposed to kill the muzzles. However, their attempt only made every muzzle sterile except for the Holy Mother. She was a giant human pig and could still produce muzzles. Many people said that she could eat half a ton of human meat every day, but no one has actually seen her. For this reason, Rob and Raksha intercepted every delivery truck in order to find her. However, the muzzles never betray the Holy Mother, no matter how much Rob and Raksha torture them. Back to the present. Rob and Nina finally manage to kill Taraz along with the dwarf. As the two sleep together, Rob suddenly catches a glimpse of a sexy man named Raphael. Suddenly, a group of muzzles come out of nowhere and attacks them. Nina is seriously injured in the attack. Rob quickly takes his gun and kills some of them. Seeing the muzzles keep coming at him, Rob decides to escape with his car, leaving Nina dying to death. Rob then heads to the human resistance secret bunker where a group of survivors hiding deep underground. He meets his boss Lyudmila and gives her the muzzle's ears. When Rob asks for his payment, Lyudmila tells him that was not his main objective. Instead, his target is Benedict Asshole, a muzzle who knows the location of secret human farm called the Liver. Lyudmila believes that the Holy Mother stays there. Because of that, Lyudmila orders Rob to find Benedict and locate the secret farm so he can kill the Holy Mother. At the human resistance secret military camp, an older Raksha gets an order from her boss, Askar, to take 2 of his team members to the secret bunker. Askar says that Rob needs her help because Nina was dead. On the other side, Rob is able to capture Benedict. He interrogates him about the location of the liver. However, Benedict still does not say a word even though his head is slammed by Rob. Rob informs this to Lyudmila, but she still relies on him to find the Holy Mother. The film shifts back to the girls who are now making their way towards the secret bunker. As they run separately through the forest, the muzzles start chasing them. Unluckily, the two girls have to be killed by the muzzles, except for Raksha. She manages to kill a muzzle before being picked up by the human resistance team using a chopper. In the meantime, Rob goes to the human resistance bunker where he meets the other survivors. Rob also meets Raksha at the bar, and the two eventually reunite. When Rob and Raksha sleep together, Rob tells her about his plan to locate the liver. Apparently, Rob secretly put a tracker on Benedict's head when he slammed his head. Rob also told Benedict that he would help him escape the following day. That way, they know where Benedict is going now. The next morning, Rob and Raksha board a chopper to track down Benedict. They land their chopper and follow Benedict to Manhattan, New York, where the liver is located. At that point, the city is completely filled by the muzzles. Once there, Rob and Raksha use the muzzles' dung to disguise themselves. They slowly walk through the city and follow Benedict from a distance. After a while, Benedict finally arrives at the liver and rushes inside. The duo also knocks on the door, asking for permission to enter. After the guard checks on them, he becomes suspicious of their smell. Luckily, they manage to kill the guards silently and continue their way inside. As they sneak in, a muzzle begins to suspect their presence. Rob ends up killing him thanks to their limited vision. However, his actions alert all the muzzles there. Chaos ensues, and the two quickly kill all of them, including Benedict. When Rob examines Benedict's closely, he finds that the muzzle is not Benedict. Knowing this, the two quickly leave the place. Soon, they are suddenly intercepted by the muzzles near the exit. Unfortunately, they run out of bullets, so they decide to fight the muzzles barehanded. While the two are kissing, Askar suddenly appears to help them. He uses a machine gun to eliminate all the muzzles. Before the two leave, Rob is shocked to hear the fact that Askar is actually his sibling. Soon, Rob and Raksha find the dead bodies inside a delivery truck. The two of them end up hiding inside those bodies after slashing them. Unbeknownst to them, the muzzles set the temperature to be very cold. As a result, Rob starts to hallucinate seeing a pregnant Raksha. Shortly after that, another Raksha suddenly appears, claiming that she's the real one. However, Rob decides to shoot the real Raksha. At the same time, a humanoid robot from the human resistance named Vidra knows Rob and Raksha are in danger. Vidra destroys the delivery truck containing the two of them. He then saves the frozen Rob and Raksha from death. Afterwards, Vidra sends Rob somewhere via teleportation. The scene shifts to a famous footballer, Cristiano, and a boy who appears to be the last living human in this place. As they hide from the muzzles, the boy says that Rob will save them. However, Cristiano thinks that Rob is just a myth. Not long after that, the muzzles eventually find them and start chasing the two. Cristiano attempts to fight back by shooting the muzzles until his bullets run out. Thankfully, Rob shows up at the right time, but half of his body is stuck in the wall. Rob helps Cristiano to fight the muzzles back by giving him some bullets. Cristiano even uses his deadly kick to kill a muzzle. After killing all of them, Rob frees his body from the wall. Cristiano can only be astonished to see that Rob actually helping them. It is revealed that Rob is a superhero who saves the remaining humans. Later, the trio heads to the secret bunker using the muzzle's truck. On the middle of their way, Cristiano says that he has lived under the bunker before the outbreak. One day, a woman with a tattoo on her back walked in and started asking all customers about Rob. Cristiano hid behind the bar when the woman killed them for some reason. A few months later, Raphael also came in and beheaded the remaining survivors. Meanwhile, their truck is suddenly attacked by Raksha, who mistakes them for the muzzles. Rob is able to survive the attack, but Cristiano and the boy died in the process. Rob, Raksha, and Vidra go to a safe place away from the city. Rob tells Raksha about his time travel. He did not manage to fix his teleportation device to save Gravedigger, but he did manage to change something from the past. The film returns to their youth right after Gravedigger's death. They plan to take revenge on the militarists. At night, a younger Rob wakes up from his sleep. As he checks his surroundings, he runs into the older Rob who has come from the future 25 years later. The Rob asks the younger Rob not to attack the military base, otherwise Raksha will get hurt during the attack. The older Rob even gives him a bullet as proof that it was not a dream. The next day, Raksha wakes Rob to prepare for their attack. However, Rob shows her the bullet given by the older version of himself, indicating that Rob cancels their attack. Back in the current timeline, Rob removes Raksha's leg braces to check if his time travel is successful or not. Apparently, his mission to prevent the younger Rob's revenge was a success. Raksha can walk freely now without her leg braces. Elsewhere, Lyudmila comes to see Raphael. It turns out that Lyudmila works for the Holy Mother and has betrayed Rob all this time. She then comforts Raphael about his failure to kill Rob and Raksha. Because of that, Raphael orders his assistant to find and kill Rob. Sometime later, Vidra spots a boat with two humans approaching their place. He informs this to Rob, who decides to let the boat approach them. They finally meet one of Raksha's friend and a dwarf. Both were supposed to die, but somehow they came back to life. After having lunch together, the dwarf takes out the head of a muzzle from his bag, which he claims to be the real Benedict's head. However, Rob eventually finds out that it is not Benedict's head after examining it in more detail. To divert the conversation, Raksha's friend says that she wants to be Rob's assistant. Rob agrees as long as she wants to go to bed with him. Later, Raksha's friend accidentally shows her tattoo on her back. This shows that she is actually Raphael's assistant. Knowing this, Rob quickly attacks her, but she manages to fight back. It is revealed that her body is being controlled by Lyudmila from afar. At the same time, Raksha manages to intercept the dwarf before he takes his gun. Thankfully, she gets help from Vidra, who manages to direct the dwarf's shot upwards toward Raphael's assistant, eventually killing her. However, the dwarf runs away and shoots Raksha, but she hides behind Vidra's metal body. Long story short, Raksha ends up killing the dwarf. After interrogating Raphael's assistant, Rob makes his way to Raphael's hideout. Raphael welcomes Rob with his dance. He then states that Rob will not change anything in this life, even after killing the Holy Mother. This is because humans can no longer reproduce due to the biological weapon only the Holy Mother can reproduce. Raphael reveals the fact that Rob has actually time traveled to the future many times to kill the Holy Mother, but his attempts have always ended in failure. Rob wonders how Raphael knows about it because only Rob and his team know about the teleportation device. He feels that Raphael has followed him in his time travel so that Raphael has known what he is going to do in the future. When Rob wants to ask further, Raphael quickly attacks him. The two fight using their dancing skills. However, Raphael escapes in the middle of the fight using Taraz's suit. The scene shifts back to Rob's younger days. Rob stares at something blankly as his friends ask him to get ready for a show. At that time, it is revealed that Raphael and Rob are good friends and work together as models. After a while, Raphael comes in his car to pick them up. Suddenly, Rob rushes down to Raphael's car. When he wants to get in, Rob finds a little dog on his seat. Before leaving Rob, Raphael says that the little dog belongs to the Holy Mother. While smoking a cigarette, Rob sees his neighbor staring at him in a daze. He also sees the words humans equals pigs on a wooden board. At the same time, Vidra comes to pick him up by car. It turns out that the story of Rob's fight was all a dream, a figment of Rob's imagination.